Previously, we have already talked about how we're going to solve some problems involving the normal distribution based on this one problem. So far, if we're talking about finding the probability that it will be in between certain data points, we will have to do that the probability to the left of the larger number should be probably maybe larger number or larger data point will be subtracted minus the probability of the smaller number or the smaller data point. We also had that if we're looking for a probability more than a certain data point, then what we will do is we will have 1 minus the probability to the left of the given data point. This time, what if we're just looking for a specific data point, such as if you're applying for a teaching position and we're offered $31,000, how would you feel about it based on that information? So, let's analyze this one through Excel. So now, if we're looking for probabilities that are specifically equal or probabilities that are less than, then we would do less than what we did in the previous two examples, then subtracting two probabilities or subtracting one and then the other probability. Here, it will be quite simple. If we're only looking for the probability that is equal, then in our formula, the last would be false. But if we're just looking simply for the one to the left, as we all know, then the last command that we will put is true. And that will give us the probability already. So let's illustrate this here. So now let's see what is the ranking or what will we feel if we will have 31,000. So we go to equal sign and we select norm.dist. We had 31,000, comma, the mean, select it, don't forget to press F4, comma, standard deviation, don't forget to press F4, comma, and since first we will look for what is the cumulative of it, or if it's less than, let me put true first. And then now what I will put, what if it's now just exactly 31,000. So I will do the same process. This time I will put the other one as false. So that's equal sign, norm.dist again, this value again, comma, this value for a dollar sign or F4, comma, the standard deviation, F4 or dollar sign. Now this time I will put false and I will click enter. So now what do this mean? What do these values mean? So with these values, this value specifically would be that the probability that the salary of a teacher would be 31,000 or less would be 0.000016 if we're going to round it off. Let's round it off first. There you go, after a little bit of magic, it's here, or in percentage, it's 0.16%. And that's a very low probability. So if you will be offered 31,000 a year in dollars as a teacher in the United States, that's a very low salary. And that is if you're getting the probability of getting a salary of 31,000 or less. The probability of getting exactly 30,000 is almost zero. So it's almost impossible. So if that school offers you a $31,000 annual salary, then that's probably fraud. So those are the ways of analyzing problems involving probabilities in normal distribution.